Remember when Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman called former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson a, quote, needy Latino?
I do. Well, the newest WikiLeaks release might explain his choice of words. Richardson leaving a voicemail for John Podesta saying, quote, she needs to call me if she wants my support. If not, fine. I don't understand what her problem is if she has one.
Joining us now to react to the latest emails, radio talk show host Rick Sanchez. Good morning, Rick. Always good to have you on the show.
It's fantastic to be here with you, Abby.
All right, so let's get to some of these needy Latinos. What do you make just off the top of the latest ones we've heard? And I'm assuming you're not one of those needy Latinos, Rick.
Oh, I'm very needy. Just ask my wife. My kids, too, especially around dinner time when they're hungry. Fact of the matter is, this is really a missed opportunity. It's a missed, as a conservative American, it's a missed opportunity for the Republican Party to be able to cash in on something that many of us have known for a long time, and that is that the Democratic Party has been taking Latinos in the United States for granted and really likes them, especially not around dinner time, but around election time. Now, the other fact of the matter is it's sad because, barring some kind of force majeure, Donald Trump's going to lose this election. And he's going to lose this election essentially based on what would be unkind cuts, self-inflicted wounds, suicide, really, that has taken him away from what would have been a wonderful opportunity for the conservative movement and the Republican Party. If you just look at numbers, let's just do numbers in our heads if we can. I know it's a little bit early, but let's not give Donald Trump George Bush's 40–45% with Latinos that he had. And let's not give him the worst lately, which was Romney. Let's give him something in the middle. Let's give him John McCain's numbers, somewhere between 30 and 35%. If the candidate for the presidency of the United States, with an R in front of their name right now, had between 30 and 35% of the Latino vote, this thing would be over, and Hillary Clinton would be preparing herself for a loss. Instead, it's looking very much the other way, and Hillary Clinton, unfortunately, is looking like she's going to win this thing because we have cast aside so many smart, wonderful, conservative immigrant Hispanics in this country who have really been, well, gotten short shrift from, Donald Trump's campaign. Let me say unfortunately for the fifth time, I think.
But I wonder, Rick, Trump's not the only Republican in America. There's an entire edifice in Washington, the campaign committees, the RNC, the leadership in the Congress, and they're not doing anything, so far as I can tell, with this Richardson line. Shouldn't they play a role in this, too?
Yeah, but, you're absolutely right. And this Richardson line, Bill's a friend of mine, by the way, and he's a really good guy, and I talk to him on the phone from time to time. And I know that this is something that he was very upset about a long time ago because he's not one of those guys who just gives himself to a candidate easily. I do believe, and Tuck, you know how this works, the noise that, and Abby made this point earlier when I was listening when you guys started the show, the noise that Donald Trump creates makes it impossible for us to be able out here in America to hear anything else. When he gives a speech, well, look, let's just go back to the beginning. When you start your campaign referring to people crossing the border, Mexicans, and suggesting that Latinos are rapists, I'm sorry, you're going to have a real tough time getting that vote.
Come on now, Rick. You know he didn't say Latinos are rapists. That's just totally
No, you're
silly.
right. He did say, Tuck, you're right. I have to give you this one. He did say not all of them.
He did say not all. But one of the frustrations a lot of people have.
Did you just hear yourself? You just said because he said
not
all of them, it's okay.
Coming over the border, which is true. I don't know. Let's not demagogue it too much. I guess.
All right. Well, hold on. I'm going to tell you why Hillary Clinton's campaign is so flawed and why it would be so easy for a Marco Rubio or a Jeb Bush right now to be cleaning her clock. Did you know that Latinos who come over the border, who are undocumented, are least likely to commit a crime than you, me, or anybody else statistically in the United States of America? Did you know that if you actually look at the numbers, Hispanics are creating more growth in the United States than any other group? Did you know that Hispanics are actually employing more people and creating more small jobs than any other group? Did you know that if you took all the Hispanics who live in the United States right now, if they were a country, would be the 12th largest economy in the entire world, larger than Spain.
No, but Donald Trump is also saying, did you know you don't have a country if you don't have a border? Donald Trump is also saying you don't have a country if you don't have a border, if you don't know who's coming here. That has to matter.
But guys, come on, let's not get silly. There's not a Hispanic person in the United States that I know who is arguing that we shouldn't have a border. That's one of those fringe, crazy statements that people make from time to time.
Hillary
Well, then
Clinton argued that in
you obviously believe we should not have a
She
country
wants
if you
open
think that
borders.
Hispanics are good people. One thing has nothing to do with the other. The point of the matter is, if you insult people and make them feel unwelcome, they're not going to want to vote for you.
Well, there's
it's
probably
that
some
simple. I mean,
sorry, we're being barked at because time is
Run short.
unfortunately over.
Yeah, Rick, always good to
We
have
can
you on
go
the show,
Thank
though.
you, Rick.
Good to see you.
I love you guys.
Stop being so silly, you two. Stop being silly.
Thank you, Rick.
Take care.